For the Falcons offense as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Now a throw out to his fullback is complete. No gain on the play. And that will bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Rich. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. On 3rd down, Rich steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
The Falcons send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taylor now returning it. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Panthers will take over now 1st and 10. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news, but this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because
nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and the Falcons grab it, and his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. He tried to buy some time to the right. So, Charles, when a guy gets out of the pocket, what's the focus of the quarterback?
Most of them keep their eyes downfield. They want to try and make a play throwing the ball. Some of them, they want to tuck it and go. But when they scramble, in this case, as you said, to the right, you're cutting the field in half. So good defense is cut.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Back to throw. Rich. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Now a handoff running through the middle. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd and 2, Rich. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
And he is going to have a Falcons first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Throwing on first down. Rich firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson.
And they're going to get this down to about the 37.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Rich. The left side throw complete to Adams.
And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-bodied tight ends, and why not? Nowadays.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need.
And the Panthers are right back in this football game.
That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute.
The Panthers now set to take over offensively. The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
Throwing to start the drive. Raymond got his man complete over the middle. It's Thompson. To throw on 2nd down. Raymond. He finds his man complete. It's Thompson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
On first down, Raymond. He finds his man complete. It's Thompson. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And now here is another interception.
And the Falcons are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
That is now 5 interceptions that he has thrown in this ball game. If I asked you to speculate what's possibly going on in his head, what would you say?
Well, if he's as mentally strong as I believe he is, he understands that not all these picks have been his fault. You know, some of the throws, yes, but there have been a good number of them where he hasn't been helped by his own receivers, and they've turned into interceptions. So he knows if he keeps firing, perhaps good things can happen, not just in this game.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
When that ball popped free, we could hear it all the way up here. Those guys down on the field alerting everyone of the fumble. He's lucky that his offensive mates picked him up and jumped on it.
Yeah, and you have to think to yourself, and I'm sure they've been echoing it on the sideline and into the huddle. Guys, we have the lead. Just take care of the football. Don't make it easier for them to start to make a comeback.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Back to throw. Rich. A quick throw, but incomplete. Throwing on 3rd and long. Ritt. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And now that brings up 4th down there. A loss of 6 yards on the sack.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational. CD, that is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
The Falcons send out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away.
Taylor now to return it. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
Now the offense for the Panthers here getting the football back. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Raymond dancing to his left. They'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Raymond. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Panther football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, Raymond. And this is intercepted, and that should do it.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They're going to run the jet sweep on third down. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll indeed take a knee.
14-yard line, 2nd and 11.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, Charles, I mean, when you look at the stat sheet, ultimately one thing sticks out like a sore thumb. One side lost this game because they turned the ball over 4 times, and that was just too much for them to overcome.
And that number might as well be in neon because you're exactly right. It just jumps up from the stat sheet. Your eyes go right to it. And with that many turnovers, they really played themselves out of this game. Too careless with the football too many times. That cost them the victory.
So for Atlanta, the streak lives as they move to 13-0 now on the year. And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it's a loss that could have implications on the playoff race as they fall to 9-4. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.